think growing taller after puberty is impossible? That once your bones stop growing, that's it. Locked in, game over. But what if I told you that you're already taller than you look right now, and that gravity, posture, and muscle tension are quietly stealing height from you every single day? Not millimeters, centimeters. Today I'm going to show you 5 exercises that don't grow bones, but do something far more realistic and far more powerful. They reclaim the height you've lost. They decompress your spine. They reset how your body stacks itself. And yes, people visibly look taller within days. Let's clear something up immediately. This video is not about miracles. It's not about bone lengthening nonsense. And it's not about lying to yourself. It's about understanding one uncomfortable truth. Most adults are walking around shorter than their body is designed to be. Not because of genetics, but because gravity never stops pulling. And modern life never stops folding you. Sitting, screens, tight hips, weak posture muscles. All of it compresses you. And if compression is the problem, then decompression is the solution. And here's the part most people never realize. Height loss doesn't happen all at once. It happens quietly, a little every year, a little every decade. You don't notice it because it feels normal, until one day you see an old photo, or you stand next to someone your height. And suddenly they look taller, not because they grew, but because you slowly collapsed. That's how gravity wins, not violently, but patiently. So before we get into the exercises, let me ask you this. When was the last time your spine actually got longer during the day? Your height changes every single day. That's not opinion, that's biology. You wake up taller, you go to bed shorter. Why? Because your spine is made of stacked segments separated by discs. Those discs are fluid-filled, and fluid gets squeezed out under pressure. Standing, walking, sitting. Gravity pushes down non-stop. By evening, you can be up to 1 to 2 inches shorter than you were that morning. That's not permanent bone loss. That's compression. And the real problem isn't gravity alone. It's how badly your body handles it. Let's start with the first place height disappears. Your posture. When your posture collapses, your spine doesn't shorten, it folds. Think of a ruler, same length, different shape. That's where the first exercise comes in. You don't need equipment, you don't need flexibility, you need awareness. Stand with your back against a wall, head, upper back, glutes, all touching. Most people fail this immediately, not because they're weak, but because their body has forgotten what stacked feels like. Now raise your arms, bend your elbows, and slowly slide them up and down the wall. It looks easy. It feels humiliating, and that's the point. Because this movement exposes how tight your chest is, how rounded your shoulders are, how forward your head is drifted. 10 slow reps, 2 or 3 sets. Do this daily. Why does it work? Because posture isn't about standing up straight. It's about muscles remembering their job. Fix posture and you don't grow bones. You unfold what's already there. Now here's where most people miss the bigger picture. Posture doesn't start in the upper body. It starts in the hips. If your hips are tilted forward, your spine compensates. Your lower back overarches. Your ribcage flares. Your head drifts forward. You look shorter, even if you aren't. This tilt is common. Desk jobs, driving, couches. Your hip flexors tighten, your glutes weaken, and your pelvis rotates forward like a tipped bowl. So how do you fix it? You strengthen the muscles that pull it back. Lie on your back, feet flat, knees bent. Drive through your heels and lift your hips. At the top, squeeze your glutes hard, not your lower back, not your hamstrings, your glutes. 10 to 15 reps, 2 or 3 sets. This doesn't look like a height exercise, but it's one of the fastest ways to look taller. Because when your pelvis stacks correctly, your spine stacks on top of it. Next question. When was the last time your spine actually expanded? Not stretched, expanded. Lying face down, hands under shoulders, slowly press your chest up. Hips stay down, legs relaxed. This is spinal extension. Most people think their spine is rigid, like a metal pole. It's not. It's more like a spring, compressed all day, released only when you give it permission. That's why people feel taller in the morning. That's why they feel shorter at night. Nothing mystical, just physics. And once you understand that, you stop asking, can I get taller? And start asking, how do I stop losing height every day? It creates space between vertebrae that spend all day being crushed together. Slow reps, controlled breathing, 8 to 10 reps, 2 or 3 sets. Go slow, because speed stretches muscles. Slowness decompresses joints. So what happens when you finally let gravity work in your favor? Now let's talk about something most people never test. Hanging, not exercising, not swinging, just hanging. Your spine evolved under movement and suspension, not chairs. Grab a bar, relax your shoulders, let your body lengthen. 20 to 30 seconds, that's it. If you're new, let your toes touch the ground. The goal isn't pain, it's traction. When you hang, fluid returns to spinal discs. Nerves decompress. Tension drops. This is why people feel taller, lighter, and clearer afterward. And here's the part most people never connect. Spinal compression isn't just about height, it's about how your nervous system feels inside your body. When your spine is compressed, your body stays slightly defensive. Breathing becomes shallower, shoulders stay tense. Movement feels heavier than it should. That's why people often say, "I feel taller after decompression work." What they really mean is, "I feel lighter. I feel more open. I feel less restricted." That's not placebo. That's your nervous system exiting compression mode. And the less compressed your system feels, the easier it is for your body to hold height naturally. Not by forcing posture, but by removing the need to protect itself. And there's one more piece most routines miss: movement through the spine. Not strength, not stretching, movement. Get on hands and knees. Round your back slowly, then reverse it. Spine flexes, spine extends. 10 to 15 reps. Match breath to motion. This keeps discs hydrated, joints mobile, and posture adaptable. Stiff spines compress faster. Mobile spines resist gravity longer. Now let's pause for a second. Because at this point, some people are already thinking, this sounds like stretching. Does this actually last? Good question. No exercise can make you taller permanently. Correct if you're talking about bones, but incorrect if you're talking about structure. Height loss in adults is mostly postural and compressive, not skeletal. If you remove the causes of compression and reinforce alignment daily, your baseline height changes. Not overnight miracles, but measurable differences. Another objection: I already stretch. Stretching muscles without fixing alignment doesn't solve compression, it just gives temporary relief. This works because it targets posture, pelvis, spine, and gravity together. And one more: I don't have time. This entire routine takes about 15 minutes. Less time than scrolling, less time than one episode, and far more return. Here's the system: not complicated, not extreme, daily, or at least 5 times per week. Wall posture work, 10 reps, 2 to 3 sets. Hip bridges, 10 to 15 reps, 2 to 3 sets. Spinal extension reps, 8 to 10 reps, 2 to 3 sets. Dead hangs, 20 to 30 seconds, 2 to 3 rounds. Spinal movement flow, 10 to 15 reps. Rest briefly between movements. Do it consistently. That's the key. Not intensity, not soreness. Consistency. This isn't about growing taller once, it's about stopping daily shrinkage. You don't need to grow new bones to stand taller. You need to stop letting gravity steal what's already yours. Unfold your body, stack it correctly, and let your height show up again.